Okay, so welcome back. So far so good. We've already done the basic angle concepts from items 1-1 to 1-10. So we've already done the first 10 word problems. That's just the tip of the iceberg. But now we're down to the second set. So in the second set, our topic is all about angles in polygons. Ibig sabihin, you're talking about the sum of the interior angles within a specific polygon. Alright, so let's begin. Starting off at item number 1, 2-1, we have a triangle with what? With triangle ABC, with angle A measuring 25 degrees, with angle B as the unknown, and angle C as 40 degrees. But do you know what's the measure of angle B? First of all, by definition means, let's see what is the sum of the interior angles of a triangle. Do you know what's the measure of the sum of the interior angles of a given triangle? Yup, it's always 180 degrees. So you can do this formula. 25 plus 40 equals 65. And then 180 minus 65 to give you the right angle. And you guess what's the measure of the remnant angle? Yup, even if I don't show you the solution, it's already implied that the remnant angle measures 115 degrees. Because 15 plus 25 equals 40. Plus 100 is 140. Then plus 40 equals 180 degrees. So angle B measures 115 degrees. Yan. Okay? Easy peasy. Next, number 2. For item 2-2, it's a bit tough. But don't worry, it's still easy. You know why? Look. You might get a bit baffled because of those lots of angles there, but the clue there is you got some congruent angles, right? Like for instance, we have a right angle that you see here. But first, can you determine what polygon is this? If your answer is a hexagon, you are correct because there are 6 angles. K, L, M, and O, P. And it's our objective to solve for angles O, L, and P. That's pretty easy, right? But don't worry, it will be easy if you have a formula. We know the sum of the interior angles of a given hexagon is, remember the formula that goes like this, n minus 2 times 180 equals the sum of the interior angles of a given polygon. But since you have 6 sides, it's 6 minus 2, which gives you 4. Then 4 times 180, which gives you 720. Alright? Now we have the corresponding given. Let's look at the given. We have one angle that measures 90 degrees, one angle that measures 99 degrees, and then remember 140 is here, but do you think, look, there's an isosceles mark. One isosceles mark, which means that another angle must be congruent with this one, and it's angle O. So naka-implied na yan na angle O should measure 140 degrees. Yan. 140 degrees dapat yung angle O. And remember, whatever angle is doubled, we group that. 140 times 2 plus, since there are 2 angles, remember there are angles with 2 congruent marks. That means this angle and this angle are congruent. So we can group that. Plus 2L is equivalent to 720. Again, combining like terms, we should get 189 plus 140 times 2 equals 280 plus 2L gives you 720. 180 plus 189 plus 280 equals 69. 469. 469 plus 2L is equivalent to 720. Subtracting both sides by 469, you should get 2L is equivalent to 1. 12, that becomes 11. 5. 6 minus 4, 251. Divide both sides by 2. So you have 251 divided by 2. This becomes 12, 24, then 101. Yes, so the answer is 125.5 degrees. So therefore, angle L must measure 125.5 degrees together with angle P. So 125.5, 125.5 as well. There, now we got the answer. All right, that's how we do the hexagon. Very easy, right? Next, number 3. But first, if you want to double check on your answer, you can. Right? So this should be 251. So 99 plus 251, of course, that should be 350. 350 plus 90 equals 440. 440 plus 180 equals 12. Tama ba? Teka, mali eh. Never mind. Basta, what is it? 280 pala to. 720. Okay. Fair enough. Now, let's go to the third problem. In number 2-3, what must be the measure of every angle in a regular nonagon? That's a piece of cake. You know why? Because this time, there's a given polygon, a given regular polygon specified. But it asks you for what must be the measure of every angle in a regular nonagon. You remember in a triangle, you know why in an equilateral triangle is always 60 degrees. Bakit ganon? Kasi if you remember our formula, n minus 2 times 180 divide by n, di ba? If you use 3 as n, 3 minus 2 is 1, di ba? So 1 times 180 is 180. And divide both sides by 1, 180 degrees. So therefore, n pertains to the number of sides in a given polygon. And since we're talking about a nonagon, it should be 9 sides. So therefore, it's 9 minus 2 with times 180. Divide both sides by 9. You can divide 180 and 9, which leaves you to just 20, di ba? And then 7 times 20. Tama? So 7 times 20 equals 140 degrees. So therefore, the measure of every angle in a regular nonagon is 140 degrees. Got that? And to double check on your answer, we do 140 times 9 to see if we can get, Diba remember what your goal is? 9 minus 2 times 180. That's the sum, the measure of the given angle in a given nonagon. So 9 minus 2 is 7. 7 times 180, of course, that's supposed to be 1,260. Right? But remember, in a regular nonagon, you should get 140. And 140 times 9 is 14 times 9. Tama, 126. Don't forget to add 0. Yun lang, that's how we did it. That's the formula. You got it. Now let's go to number 4. For item 2-4, in an isosceles triangle, there's one angle that measures 10 degrees less than thrice the measure among all other angles. Draw the triangle, then label the dimensions. Ayan, this one's a bit tough. But don't worry, I'll give you a clue for that matter. In this problem, in number 4, it just so happens that implies algebra. So therefore, we know that algebra is crucially needed for this problem. But we know that it's an isosceles triangle. So when we say isosceles triangle, by definition means we know that two angles of that triangle are congruent. Pero, diba sabi dito, one angle that measures 10 degrees less than thrice the measure of the other angle. Ibig sabihin ganito yung formula. So remember this angle A. Angle A that measures 10 degrees less than thrice the measure. So 3x minus 10. That's angle A. And then angle B is x. Then angle C is also x din. And for the sum of the interior angles of a given triangle, we know that's always 180 degrees. And that's the constant value. Tama? 180 degrees. Now what we can do first is to eliminate parentheses that is not even crucial. And we come up with something like this. With that, you can combine like terms. Combining like terms, you should get 5x minus 10 gives you 180. Add 10 onto both sides so that we go back to two-step equation. Then divide both sides by 5. X is 38. But wait, we're not yet done. Double check so that we can get the angle given. We have 3 times 38 minus 10. Diba? 3 times 38 is 114. 114 minus 10 is 104. 104 plus 38 plus another 38 is equivalent to 180 degrees. So, ganito na lang siya. Okay? 38 plus 38 is 76. And 76 plus 104, of course, 4 plus 76 is 80. Plus 100, you still get 180. So this one checks out. But it says, draw the triangle and label the dimensions. So ganito kasi yung mangyayari. Diba remember, we have this triangle here, right? This the isosceles triangle. We know that both triangles here, this should measure 76 degrees. This angle and this angle. Then the remnant angle, which you see up here, this should measure 104 degrees. And that's our answer. All right?